Back with Martin Biron. So Sheldon Keefe now saying Mitch Marner won't likely play on Thursday because of this lower body injury. They haven't missed a beat when either Morgan Rielly or Austin Matthews are out of the lineup, but without Marner, they're barely over 500. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Marty, how worried should Leafs fans be here that Marner's not back soon?
Well, I'm going to say a 5 out of 10. And look, I'm not so worried long-term when it comes to Mitch Marner. I think he'll return, finish the season, be a very important piece in the playoffs. But short-term, you look at the numbers and you say, why are the Leafs struggling without Mitch Marner? Well, when you look at the time on ice for forwards, he's third in the Leafs on 5-on-5. He's third in the Leafs on the power play. And he's second with the forwards ice time with the Leafs on the penalty kill. He plays in all situations, and he's so important for this Toronto Maple Leafs team to be able to continue to produce and have an impact in all situations. He's on pace for 98 points this year. He had 99 last year, 97 the year before. So he is not only producing, but he's able to defend and playing big minutes for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, yes, it's going to be a 5 out of 10 for me. Not worried long-term, but short-term, he is so important to the Leafs and their success in all aspects of the game.
All right, let's head out west. And the Canucks, our Farhan Lalji reporting on Monday that Thatcher Demko is unlikely to return before a game in late March against Dallas. Vancouver just opened a 9-game homestand with a win over Winnipeg on Saturday. If there's ever a good time for your starter to go down, would this be it? Can the Canucks survive him without him during this stretch of games, Marty?
Yeah, and if there's a time to not have Demko, it's now because you just mentioned the stretch, but also their next back-to-back game isn't until April 2nd and April 3rd, so maybe Demko comes back. But look, I'm not too worried about the injury because he battled. He stayed in the game. He came out of the game because, okay, well, the score was what it was. There was a commercial break, went to the bench, talked to the trainer, but he didn't look too uncomfortable in the 4 minutes that preceded him leaving the game. There was a couple of moments you're like, okay, there's definitely a minor injury, but I think he'll be back. But when you look at Thatcher Demko, he has played the third most minutes of any goaltenders in the NHL this year. And so that's going to give him a little break. He's got 49 games so far in the NHL. Like, the fact that he may be able to take some minutes off here in the next 2 to 4 weeks is going to help. When you look at the last 10 Stanley Cups, only 4 of the 20 goalies that have appeared in the Stanley Cup final were in the top 3 in minutes played in that season. Before that, 3 of those 4 times was Andrei Vasilevsky. The only other time, the exception to the rule, was Jonathan Quick when they lost to Chicago in 2015. So being in the top 3 in minutes played doesn't mean that you're going to be going all the way to the end because it's so taxing on your body. So this break, I think, will come really, really good for Thatcher Demko and the Vancouver Canucks having to respond to play better defensively, which they have done since the start of March. They're number 1 in the league in expected goals against at 5-on-5 in the last 4 games. So Rick Tocchet is going to have a really good, solid defensive message for his team without Demko.
They got a challenge on their hands coming up, though, as they'll look to make it 5 straight wins, but it's against Colorado they play on Wednesday. Good stuff. Thanks a lot for this, Marty.